Please welcome to the stage NCCI President and CEO, Bill Donnell.
Good morning. Welcome, everybody. It's great to see you today. Thank you for being here. This is a very full room. It feels like there's a lot of energy. Thanks again for being here. So, this is my final address to you as President and CEO of NCCI. I'm going to be retiring in 2025. One of the things that I realized recently is that when you work in Florida and then you retire, here's the good news. You don't have to move. Except in August, maybe. So as I prepared my remarks for today, I thought, what would I want you, the audience, to know? What would I want the next person in my seat to know about NCCI? NCCI is strong, strategically, operationally, and culturally. Let me tell you why. Our employees, my NCCI colleagues, have deep industry experience, deep expertise. And with 15 years average tenure and a positive culture, they represent the core of what we deliver to you. Also, we stay true to a few key fundamentals. First, we keep our stakeholders at the center of our focus, an important lens with which we make decisions. We never underestimate the value of complete and accurate data to drive outcomes and insights. And we pay a lot of attention to the market, and while we appreciate the past and don't lose sight of it, our focus is on the future. Now, NCCI has evolved in these past 8 years. We've increased the production of impactful thought leadership with topics that are top of mind to you. And with your support, we've expanded our data assets and found new and valuable ways to use them. We've modernized how you access our content, our research, and our tools. And we have become a more inclusive and transparent culture, which has built trust and stronger relationships. Now, despite these, I will be remembered by NCCI employees as the CEO who brought Jeans Days to NCCI. That's true. All kidding aside, there's a lot more work to be done. We always need to search for ways to broaden the data that we use for critical industry analysis, and we need to ensure that the data and analysis is easy for you to access. This is a journey that will continue. So, you can feel confident and proud of NCCI, confident because we are prepared for the future regardless of what that brings, and proud because you're behind our success. As member companies and regulators, you serve on our industry committees and our board of directors. You provide valuable input. Quite frankly, you make us better. And speaking of being proud, you as an industry have delivered some remarkable results for a prolonged period of time. Each year we look at the performance metrics of the work comp line of business, and shortly our Chief Actuary, Donna Glenn, will be on stage to share the state of the line. What's interesting is to compare them side by side with other commercial lines of business, and it's worth asking the question, why does workers' compensation continue to exceed expectations? And the answer in short is lower than expected cost trends. You see, while some lines of business have seen increases in loss cost trends, some significantly, workers' compensation has moved in the opposite direction. And these favorable cost trends can be traced in part to some unique features of the workers' compensation system. Employers, they have many incentives to maintain safe workplaces, and this creates stronger alignment with their insurers. You have been successful in addressing the opioid crisis, which impacted system costs and worker outcomes for too long. Regulations and fee schedules have the impact of mitigating medical costs, and workers' compensation benefits are based on statute. And finally, so far, we've not seen significant impact from climate-related change that has caused turbulence and other commercial lines of business. We do have an intriguing presentation, though, that we're going to share with you tomorrow. And so through this lens, it becomes clear why workers' compensation has enjoyed performance, strong performance, for a record number of years. But at the same time, it begs the question, what about the future? As I see it, there are a few fundamental questions that will drive industry performance in the years ahead. How will frequency develop? Let's say in the next 2 to 3 years. How will the healthcare trends impact workers' compensation medical costs, like inflation, availability of care, and fee schedule changes? Will benefits expand, and if so, will timely price changes follow? And of course, the economy, wages, job growth, changes in the workplace and the workforce. In the next day and a half, you will hear insights that will help frame the answers to these questions. So, I've shared with you that NCCI is strong and prepared for the future, that there are unique features of the work comp system that have allowed us to improve our performance over a period of time, and yet there are key questions to answer as we move forward. Now, there's one additional message that I want to leave with you today, and it's the humbling reminder of the human side of what you do. 5 years ago today, we shared a video that featured 4 injured workers and the role that workers' compensation played in getting them back to work. One was a firefighter named Tom Young, who became paralyzed from the neck down while on a rescue mission. His injury left him depressed, and he was questioning his future at age 29. And he spoke about what it meant to have the support of workers' compensation. That support helped him get back on the job. And he said, "My whole life changed. That's what going back to work did for me. It gave me a sense of purpose." A sense of purpose, that's what workers' compensation meant to Tom. And I think that that's what we should remind ourselves of when we reflect on why we do this work. We help injured workers in their most vulnerable moments. We are a force for good, for recovery, and for hope. So in closing, I'd like to leave you with a few words about how I view this system that we are all a part of. When this system is at its best, we are healthy, with informed underwriting and a solid balance sheet, resilient, evolving to meet the needs of a changing workplace and a changing workforce, and caring, there when injured workers and their families need us most. And I have been proud to be part of it. Thank you, and have a great AIS.